Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is DotA and here to give you another cast coming straight out of the JoinDotA League Season 3. This is from Division 2, so I guess you'd consider it the semi-pro league, where all the smaller teams sort of have to work their way up to prove that they're the best of the small fish so they can get into the big pond. That analogy doesn't work, let's stick with it and keep going. Anyway, so we have Megalodon.Gaming. That's gonna give me pain to keep saying. So we have MG, or Megalodon.Gaming, going up against Flipsid3 NA. You might be wondering, hey, why do you cast so much Flipsid3 NA? Well, the only reason why I'm in here is because I have a good friend who's on Flipsid3, and he's helping me sort of get these casting gigs. So I appreciate that. Shout out to Jenkins, being an awesome person. Speaking of shouting out to Jenkins, I'm gonna quickly go offline on Steam so we can't shout out. And make sure to minimize the amount of potential cheating, because you know, YouTube and all that. So let's go ahead and look at the bans, picks, and so on. So we on the dire side with first pick, we have Megalodon.Gaming banning out the Brew and the Razor, two heroes that aren't surprising at all to see banned out. Both unbelievably strong in their own respects. Brew for causing chaos in team fights, Razor for being able to just completely negate your carry, push down towers, be extremely tanky. You know, it's very hard to sort of pinpoint what the hero is good at. He's a jack of all trades and a master of all of them too. That's the big thing, is that he's not bad at anything. He can even counter push reasonably well with the plasma field. So 6.82, expect a nerf to at least one or two of his abilities, because right now he is unreal with the Ags mech build, Agstrom mech build. And then on the side of Flipside, we have the Death Prophet banned out, as well as Lycan, two heroes that are unbelievably good at getting Roche, as well as pushing down towers. Exactly what Dire's kind of main strategy is going to stereotypically be. So that's why Megalodon.Gaming go ahead and pick up the Shadow Shaman, possibly the best support to run on the Dire side. The Serpent Wards essentially give you a free Roche in addition to free towers. And there's going to be a ton of pressure on Flipside to deal with that Shadow Shaman. The one disadvantage is that the jungle is not, or the pole camp is not as easy to maneuver. So either we'll be having to stack the small camp, or he'll be roaming around with kills. But saying that, roaming around with kills with a Jakiro is not going to happen. Jakiro, a very strong lane support, liquid fire, making it unbelievably hard for offlaners to sort of stick around. But not good at getting kills. It's not your Mirana, it's not your VS, it's not a hero with a big stun or a big burst of damage out of nowhere in order to secure a kill. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But it does fit in with their pushing lineup. But so far for Megalodon.Gaming, looks like a defensive trial lane with the Shadow Shaman and Jakiro. Unless they want to put the Jakiro in a core role, which is my personal preference, playing him in the off lane, sort of like how EG play Omni. I think that would be extremely, extremely viable. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for these next bans to come on out. Both teams are actually eating up quite a bit of reserve time. Oh, I'm sorry. On the side of Flipsid3, we have a Viper and a Doom. I don't even need to say anything because it's a Viper and a Doom. Doom pretty much dissuades 90% of picks in Dota, because any hero that can't utilize their mobility or their escapes or anything for 15 seconds, heroes that are popular in the meta, such as Doom or Tinker, or sorry, not as Doom, such as Tinker or Faceless Void, are just completely negated, especially if Doom can pick up that Blink Dagger with relatively good timing. And then Viper, just an unbelievably strong hero, either in the mid or off lane, can be played in a tri lane, can be played solo, can be played in virtually any lane, as long as he's getting farm and levels. That Corrosive Skin makes it so that he doesn't lose many matchups, and the ultimate makes it so it negates a lot of carries, as well as his Q and W make it so he can just pile on the damage at any point in the game. Q early and W mid to late. So we do see an Earthshaker ban. This is kind of interesting. The main reason why we've in the pro scene we've been seeing Earthshaker bans is because Earthshaker is an amazing way to deal with Void. because of the fact that he has such a long initiation range with that, or such a long stun range with that Q. You can hit Faceless Void from very far outside of the Chronosphere, as well as additional lockdown and stuns for Void that he can't always backtrack. Then the Tinker ban out, sort of just fearing the Shibby Tinker is something to be feared. He's very, very good on that hero. And Centaur and Nature's Prophet both being banned out, trying to remove... there's the Faceless Void, alright. That was kind of interesting, because I think that based on that Earthshaker ban, as well as the Tinker ban, that Megalodon.Gaming were going to go for that Void to try and add the combo. The Shadow Shaman, Jakiro, and Void is all a very nice synergy with each other. But this is the big thing, is Flipside Tactics and I have now revealed their 3 cores. So it's going to be very interesting to see which direction they want to go from here with their supports. I wouldn't be surprised to see an AA, something more stable, or not more stable, but something that could combo up with the Faceless Void. Something like a Mirana would also be very strong here. But Flipside Tactics do remove the Centaur as well as the Nature's Prophet to make sure that the push from Megalodon.Gaming is not so insane that they can't deal with it. But this is the thing, is Flipside Tactics really, really need some counter push, because Dragonite, Jakiro, Shadow Shaman will be taking towers. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see even a Keeper of the Light here. I know it's a very odd pick, as you don't see Coddle much anymore, as Blink Dagger has become the most popular item in the game. And Coddle getting blinked on is no me gusta for anybody, but especially not the Coddle. But we do have the Skywrath for the Faceless Void Skywrath combination, but still no counter push. They are able to blow up these supports now very, very easily, and with that Nature's Prophet ban, the Nature's Prophet with the Blade Mail, just being able to pick up the Skywrath every 2 seconds, not gonna happen. And a Lone Druid, Megalodon.Gaming are just saying, screw you, we're gonna push. We don't care how many cores you have, we're just gonna stop them before they all get online. But that's kind of interesting, because the cores that Flipside Tactics have chosen do not need a lot to get started. Doom needs to hit 6, Viper needs to hit 6, Faceless Void needs to hit 6 with Mask of Madness. Preferably actually 9 with Mask of Madness, as Time Lock does get that, does do the double damage well inside a Chronosphere, meaning he gets 140 bonus damage on hit. This is extraordinarily interesting, and I think based on the fact that... No, they are going to be looking for their offlaner, most likely an easy lane Lone Druid, being backed up by those 2 cores. AA is banned out, so the counter pusher that I thought is being banned, as well as the synergy lost with Void. But I don't know really what hero we see here. I think a Sand King would be pretty good here, as you can actually just epi blink into the Chronosphere, then just sit there for a couple of seconds. It's not exactly the best synergy, but it works really well, as well as it's another support that can farm extraordinarily fast. You can essentially play him as a jungler as soon as you hit level 3, and I am a huge fan of the hero. I feel like the counter team fight that he offers is absolutely insane, especially once you get level 3 Burrow Strike. But we're gonna have to see what Flipside want to go for. It could be something to help set up with the Skywrath, as just relying only on Chronosphere might be a bit too weak. But we'll wait and see. They are using up quite a bit of the reserve time, I'm guessing. I bet they're expecting like a moderate amount of push coming out of the support, so then like, oh, some mid-game team fight, but now Megalodon.Gaming just saying, screw it, we got bears, we got dragons, we got more dragons, and we got wards that probably look like dragons. We're gonna push things. So, Flipside Tactics taking up their time. Could be their punch support. Please be their punch support. It's a terrible game for it, but it would still be funny.
Lina.
And it's a Lina. Okay, I rather like this. Double nuke, easy to clear the creep waves, has a stun to interrupt the Shadow Shaman. Skywrath Mage also can do it instantly, but might be looking for that Ancient Seal on another target. But anyways, I do like where this draft has sort of taken its turn. Flipside Tactics with a tremendous amount of burst damage, especially with the Lina Skywrath as their supports, going to be able to do a lot of damage early game. And we have a Venomancer coming out from Megalodon.Gaming, so even more push, even more slow siege. So I think their plan is going to be pretty much slow siege with wards and liquid fire, and bear until they can finally commit or find a little break or get initiated on, and then pop the wards down, take the fight. Even if they lose the fight, then they'll still guarantee the tower for sure. But anyways, I really like this. So it'll be Shredder on the carry Faceless Void, Jenkins on the offlane Doom, Nushim on the support Skyrath. Oh, one other interaction that I remembered and then forgot to talk about is the Ancient Seal does give the bonus magic damage, which will stack with Light Strike Array. As we do, jump right into a pause, as the last player from Flipsid Tactics has not loaded in. In fact, has DC'd. Alright, getting a little bit of lag. Hope it's not coming through too hard. I do apologize. I don't know what is going on. Normally I do have pretty decent FPS. Sorry if my map goes crazy right now. I just need to, oh, that's why. Silly BTS in the background. There we go. Now we're good to go. Now we're peachy as fuck. Okay, so let's run through the lineups as I believe the last player has reconnected from Flipsid Tactics. So we've got Gut playing on the Dragonite, most likely going mid. We got Mega Kafura, the Venomancer, probably going off lane. We've got Enoch playing on the Lone Druid, mostly going to the easy lane. We've got Mega Nightmare on that Jakiro. Actually, it's kind of a toss-up between who's going in the off lane between these two. We'll have to see their. Oh, okay, yeah, it's the Jakiro playing as a support position, and they're gonna ward. They're gonna smoke up, which means they actually probably are going aggressive tri-lane with the total burn damage with Liquid Fire, Venomancers, all of Venomancer's abilities, as well as Shadow Shaman. Then there will be a DK in the mid, and a Lone Druid soloing the easy lane, most likely against a Doom, who will win that matchup. Starting at level 5, we do see that Shredder going to be playing on that Faceless Void, Nushim playing on the Skyrath Maid, and Sunken on the Lina. Are they actually, they're going for a level 1 Roche, so this should totally not be spotted whatsoever. They're just more curious. Okay, we gotta see if this is gonna work. Taking a lot of damage so far, but it looks like with all the burn damage that they have, oh, they pinged it out, maybe? No. This looks like it's just gonna be a free Roche. So very well played by Mega, realizing that they by far have the better level 1 team fight, and now, I don't know, are they gonna be able to do this beforehand? Good luck, have fun. Oh, that's some BM right there. Boots, gonna be going for a fast Basilius. Gonna be going for that, and Roshan's gonna die. Egg is picked up by the Venomancer. Sorry about that. Say Mickey's. Gonna be going for the aggressive tri-lane. Now with the level advantage, this tri-lane is seeming very weak all of a sudden. Not gonna be able to sort of match them on levels, and it's just gonna be really hard for them. As well, they did spot out the Jakiro, so they do know it is an aggressive try. But Sunken, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful. Ice Path's gonna go out onto Nushim. They do have level 2 in all their heroes, and Lone Druid disconnects just at the right time in order for me to, I don't know. We're probably gonna be watching. No, Nushim probably should be able to live. Sunken might be in a bit of trouble here. The Aegis did go to the Venomancer. The reason for that is that they want to make sure that this aggressive try can play as aggressively as they want. What the trap, yeah. It's very true. Most likely, as this is, I'm probably going to be checking chat quite a bit during this game, as it looks like there's going to be quite a few DCs constantly coming out. I'm going to draw a little smiley face. Oh, I can't draw. Why can't I draw a smiley face? No. It's a horrible life. Oh, you can't draw while paused, right? Well, I'm just gonna wait here. Do have the 2 supports at level 1, 2 supports at level 2. The 2 level 2 supports are gonna beat the 2 level 1 supports. So, unless the Void without time lock or damage can somehow do something about it. Actually, they did get the Light Strike out onto... Oh, by Light Strike, I meant the Nuclear Blade earlier. Tough day. Long day of classes. But the Light Strike did go off onto the Jakiro, so he is a bit weakened, and Light Strike does have a very short cooldown for being a 1.5 stun. So, we'll just have to wait and see as soon as Lone Druid reconnects. I did put a 2-minute stream delay on, so hopefully we don't have some UG tactics going on here, and hopefully it was just a normal DC. Always fear the UG tactics. Got a nice little reflection in the... What is that in there? No one's moving, so... There's some crazy shenanigans going on in that ice path. I'm guessing it's just the particle effects to give it the effect, but like, it looks like Roche or something. Alright. Alright, we're going. We're back. We're back in this. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see what happens here in the bot lane. It looks like the Shackle is going to go out on Nusha. Nice Light Strike away. Might be able to pick up the kill on the Jakiro, and in fact will be able to get the first blood out onto the Jakiro. If they're not careful, they may indeed, in fact, they will turn it 2 for 0 so far. Huge kills going the way of Flipside Tactics NA as they are able to get the kills on the over-leveled supports. So even though they, I believe, still stay at level 1, they get a lot closer to what they should have been. So very well played by them. Shredder gonna go ahead and pick up that first blood, as well as now the Skywrath picked up the other kill. So he's looking well on his way to his first item. Meanwhile, let's check Jenkins up on the top lane, 5 for 2, actually managing to outlast hit the Lone Druid as he does not have a bear for a little bit longer, and the bear was weakened by Roshan, so not able to play as aggressively. In fact, might even be able to pick up the bear kill, which would be extraordinarily big. Gonna even pop the flames for it. We gotta stay here and watch this because this is a very big kill. Yet, in fact, we'll scale up level death just to guarantee it. So very well played by Jenkins. Maybe gonna have to go 2-2-1-6 now, but so that his Scorched Earth isn't just totally useless until like level 8, but does secure that 300 gold with the level death. So very interesting play to say the very least. Meanwhile, we just have a little Light Strike array, a little harassment. This the big point of this tri lane is to A, not die, but B is to make sure this Faceless Void does not get farmed, and that's working to a certain extent, as he still has managed to somehow find 7 last hits. But look, it might be a little bit too aggressive as they are going to turn onto the Shadow Shaman. In fact, pick up another kill. Another kill might be going out onto this Jakiro, and in fact, they will pick up another 2 kills. So, Flipside Tactics taking total advantage of the fact that their tri lane just has more burst. Yeah, they Mega Gaming does have a Mega Gaming. Screw it. Mega Gaming does have the advantage of having the slow burn damage as well as the slow siege potential, but Flipside are just like, we're just gonna blow you up. Like your supports have no HP except for maybe the Jakiro, but even Jakiro has amazing strength gain with 2.3 per level, but at the same time, only level 2. Should be just gonna casually walk away from that. No harm, no foul. Where's the courier for? I don't know. I was trying to see if Shibi had anything else, as he is the lead farmer in this game so far, out CSing the Dragon Knight ridiculously heavily. Even though the Dragon Knight did have the rush advantage, Shibi is pretty much completely caught up in levels, which is crazy. I mean, Flipside are doing this amazing job of coming back from behind. I don't want to say it's like a miracle, but just from a bunch of misplays from Mega's side, you just can see like Roche and level 1 Roche does not guarantee you a win. You need to keep snowballing off of it. If you trade evenly, it's bad. If you trade unfavorably, it's even worse. I'm sorry, if you trade evenly, it's fine. If you trade unfavorably, it's worse than worse. because you should be trading positively because of the bonus experience and stuff that you have gotten. But we are going to see Jenkins trying to juke around just a little bit. Going to try and avoid the roots, but is going to get rooted up. Luckily during the Hex, might still be able to live here. It's looking very sketchy though. And with the Zap, possibly one more first hit Entangle. No, it doesn't get the first hit Entangles. Will be able to walk away from that just fine. This is now reverted to a dual lane in the mid as Nushim is just going, or actually still a tri lane, sorry, I just didn't see where Nushim had gone off into, but Mega does decide to sort of switch this to a dual lane, saying like, hey, our Shadow Shaman can go help other lanes, because we're not actually winning them all for some reason, even with the level advantage. As Flipside did just pick very, very strong heroes in general. Nushim now on the other side might be able to get a kill onto this Jakiro. Looks like they're going to go for it, trying to avoid as much damage onto this Venomancer as possible, as he does still have the Aegis for just a moment longer. Just maybe another minute, but still. They're going to go ahead and turn it, try and see if they can do anything to him, maybe get a lucky time lock, something like that. One last hit might kill Nushim. Oh god, sorry about that camera control, but they are going to get the kill, and Shredder is going to go ahead and pick up his killing spree with a double kill. This bot lane just completely falling apart. Skywrath did end up ticking down to the damage, however it was not nearly enough. I do hear a Doom onto... I guess that was a Doom on the Shadow Shaman, just barely not enough to kill him. That's the only thing I can assume, as it is on cooldown and the sound animation to go and all that shenanigans. But Doom actually out-leveling the lone druid who got the level 1 Roche, which is okay, that's a little bit crazy. But yeah, once again, 24 and 10. Actually, lone druid, yeah, once he hit 5, finally managed to start winning this lane. But this is the big story that I've not been talking about, is this Viper in mid. 39 and 22 at 6 minutes. That's nearly perfect CS and nearly perfect denies. Just completely able to zone out this this DK. He's got nothing. Shibby has managed to pick up not only a full level, but like to match him, but almost an entire another level on top of that. Meanwhile, on bottom, Venomancer is just gonna go ahead and take another spill. This is getting a little bit crazy, and Enoch playing this correctly, gonna just go ahead and last hit with the bear. Realizes that like the Doom, okay, we do have a kill on the Jakiro. Nushim rotating in to cover the Viper as there was an attempted gank, but not enough to blow up the Viper, then just return blow up the Jakiro. Sorry for missing that. Looks like Lena will be going for Tranquil Boots. Might be trying to look for another kill, as they do have both Light Strike Array, Dragon Slave, and Laguna Blade all up online. But yeah, these cores are just proving that they are generally stronger. The highest farmer. Okay, Shibby, what are you gonna do? Okay, you're just gonna get stunned and walk away. But the cores for Flipside are just performing better, and yeah, just another easy kill. Sorry I missed it again, but like they just happen so quickly. You just blow them all up, and look, another kill. Gonna go ahead and get blown up. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we're gonna have Shibby just getting a solo kill with the ultimate. Just kills everywhere. Probably going heals if you can afford it. So it looks like, if we take a look at the scoreboard, we've got a killing spree going for the Faceless Void as well as the Lena. Nushim did take a fall, and Jenkins is actually faring extraordinarily well up on the top lane. Has used the Doom twice on the Shadow Shaman, as he is getting dual laned at this point. And possibly may take a spell here now, as there's quite a few. Yeah, I think just accepting his fate, trying to do as much damage as possible before falling. But yeah. So Doom, the only one really having a hard time, but even then he's still very far up on the CS board, considering he's in the off lane. Venomancer actually being the highest CSer for the side of Mega, and now they get to do exactly what their team fight, or their roster was made for, which was to group up as 5 and push a tower before you can TP react. And this is where the weakness of Flipside comes in, is they do not have the strongest counter counter push. They have really good team fight, which might dissuade them from pushing, but they will not have enough counter push just to completely annihilate this wave. We're going to go ahead and see what the reaction will be. I believe it looks like it's going to be a trade, as Faceless Void is going to go ahead and try and take the bot T2 while this is all going on. But they're going to trade a T1 and a T2 for just a T1, so I'm not sure how to feel about this. And they're just going to avoid the fight, so very well played. Meanwhile, Shibby not only did he get the tower in the mid, but he is also did a bit of damage to the T2. Only going to be chip damage, or not chip damage, but quite a bit of damage to this T1, and they'll most likely secure it. With this next push, Jakiro trying to stall it as long as possible with an ice path, but Faceless Void going to get the last hit, and most likely a kill on a Nightmare 2, as he is only level 4. And to think that this 13-2 game originally started as a level 1 Roche. GG, no comeback. No, this is the thing, is that Mega is still in this, despite this huge kill deficit. If they can just force down every single tower on the map and Faceless Void doesn't get a good ulti, given it is relying now on Flipside Tactics errors, as before they could probably have just they actually had a decent team in general, but now it relies on Flipside screwing up being in a position, screwing up a Chronosphere, so on and so forth. Show the graph. Sorry, I'm too busy hearing something dying, which would be the Lone Druid. Yushim, gonna go ahead and blow that up. Jakiro, gonna go ahead and take a spell too. Double kill for the Doom, didn't even need to use his main ability. EXP graph looking at about 7.5k, and the gold graph headed up about 8k. Let's go ahead and switch to net worth, and yep, we do see that the net worth is going to be 3 cores of Flipside Tactics, as these heroes are just very effective at getting farm. And this is kind of the thing that I was mentioning, was that Mega wanted to push in to all the towers before Flipside could get online, but the problem was the bot lane just screwed up so hard that the Void was able to find a Mask of Madness very early on, was able to find early levels, even if his last hits don't show it. Doom still managed to get a fast Blink Dagger despite being shut down and killed only once. But was still able to fare up well against the Lone Druid, even after he hit level 5. And that Lone Druid hit 5 faster than normal, as they did get the level 1 Roche. So just all in all, Flipside outplaying Mega right now. But we do see the 4-man smoke. Not a total complexity smoke. Hey, TI2 references. And they're going to go ahead and trend for Roche. So this should be pretty much guaranteed Roche, as there is no vision from the side of Flipside Tactics. However, they are going to get a return kill onto the Veno, dropping not only Skywrath ult, but also the Doom. Faceless Void did just ping out the Roches. They were like, hey, there's no TP reaction. There is probably a Roche going on. But I don't believe they'll be able to get there in time. Actually, with Sunken, they might be able to do something, but he is going to get Hex up. Oh, very nice Chrono onto 3 so far. Looks like we are going to have at least 2 dead from that Chronosphere, and the rest are going to be mopped up very quickly, as Bear taking a bit of damage. Shredder is going to fall, but so far 2 for 1 is the trade, I do believe. 3 for 1, I apologize. One of them, somebody responds very quickly, and God just goes ahead and calls, says GG. Roche was our last chance, and it's no surprise, 10k EXP and 14k total net worth difference. Very well played for Flipside Tactics NA. Glad I put my rares on them. I mean, I didn't. And yeah, I mean, just I won't say flawless, as there were just a little couple of tiny flaws. Mainly, I'm guessing they expected the aggressive tri lane, but didn't see anybody in the aggressive tri lane, and so probably should have scouted Roche. But even then, their level 1 was kind of weak. But they made a great recovery after that, and just really can't complain about their playstyle at all. Their draft worked well. They got probably 3 of the strongest cores in the current meta outside of Brewmaster, and made it work really well. Anyways, my name's DotA. You can follow me at JoinDotA on Facebook, or follow my stream here at XESDotA, /XESDotA. Yeah, and I hope to bring you more casts soon. This is a best of 2, so next game coming up very soon. Thank you so much, and goodbye.